shotgun, 2, 1, plant.
Oh my god.
Deny! He got it!
He's gonna try and take down this Juno. Artillery shell's gonna be coming out, and he does get the pick!
The chance of ending it.
Yep. Nice counter!
Evangelos again in shake!
What is going on here?
Half. And the game goes to the Pioneers, ladies and gentlemen.
I saw it like with my you never know, just need. Are they in yet? No. They're cranking it.
So they don't put a ranked player in. And Moss works for everyone, right?
Correct.
I've tried it like 4
Jim was wrong,
times.
me.
It doesn't
Jim was
work.
wrong. Walk with me. I need people to walk with me.
Christian.
I don't want any Moss.
This is why we asked 40 minutes ago.
It says it's running.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. One of you healers come with me. The tank only needs one healer.
That's what I said. You're trying, right?
Behind you.
There, I think that will do it. Yeah, it should be Hyper Extreme. I think some reason the default mic got changed. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see if that works. I guess you'll find out in 3 minutes from what everyone says in the chat.
Okay.
But the thing is, we're unmuted so they can hear you talk to us during all that.
Oh, okay. Hi guys. We're just fixing that issue with the mic, but it does look like it's working now. So I might as well go to our events page here. Oh, good. I know what I was talking about. So I guess I might as well I'm gonna have to reintroduce everything because you guys couldn't hear me at all. So let me do this, and we'll just do back with camera. Alright everybody, welcome back to the stream. As you probably know by now, we're playing R6 tonight. Once again, I'm casting it, Mr. Clodon here, and I'm excited for this game. This game we're going to be having playoff potential. If we win this, we have a shot at making playoffs. It's going to come down to game differential, but there's at least a chance we make it. If we lose, we will not be going to playoffs guaranteed. So Pioneers definitely want to come home with a win on this one. And a similar story for the rest of our teams. I'm pretty sure the league team is also playing for playoff potential, and potentially the Overwatch team as well, though I'm not too sure about them. But of course, it is also going to be the last games of the season here. So it's very important that they win these games, and at least go positive on the season. And we're going to be streaming today, tomorrow, and on Friday. So the rest of the week, the end of the week for these teams as they are playing the last game of the season. Unless they go to playoffs, then there'll be some extra games after that. But for now, this is looking like the streaming for the rest of the week here. And little of a spoiler alert, I guess, but usually the league team goes to best of 3 if you want to watch that. It's usually pretty entertaining. Of course, you can always subscribe for free with Prime Gaming. I gotta say it every time. We love getting free Twitch Prime subs. If you have a Twitch Prime account, you can basically get one for free. And we are going to be loading to the match here, so I am, going to pull up the roster real quick. So we're going to be loading into Clubhouse first, but we're going to have Bird, Pelican, Nihil, OP Knees, and Bayer playing. So same roster we've seen for the past couple weeks, and they did unfortunately lose their last game, but they've done some crazy upsets in the past. Speaking of which, this team that we're playing I think is 4-1 right now. For a comparison, I think we are 3-3 at the moment, so it's a little bit of an uphill battle, but definitely not unwinnable. And I'm gonna have to double check what side we're actually on here. We are on blue. So we missed the first bans there, but I don't think it's too big a deal. It's going to be the Mira, the Ace. We always see those guys banned, and we're also going to have, I believe, the Azami and the Maverick there. So pretty standard bans, and we're going to be playing on Clubhouse. This one is pretty much a staple of this team and probably just the esport in general. It's played a whole bunch. So the team is definitely, or at least I hope they're used to it by now. And I'm excited to see them play it as they're going to be setting up on defense here. Not realizing there's also no cameras. Let me try blue again. I'm gonna have to go in and fix this. So going into this, you usually want to take as many games as you can early, especially if you're going to be on attack. In this case, we're on defense, so we are expected to win the early couple rounds here. And I'm totally blanking on how to change this, so I'm going to have to go back and fix this later, but that's alright. I'll just be doing this wrong. Anyways, actually we are on attack here. I don't know what I'm talking about, just ignore everything. As we are finally going to get into the round here, we're going to have Bayer on his glass. We've seen him play pretty well on that in the past. Pelican on Thatcher here, or not Thatcher, Thermite. He's going to look to explode this wall with his utility. On the other side there is a bandit. He's going to have to try and get the breach off before the bandit can place his electrocution on the wall there. Unfortunately, it does not land, and that will be a failed hard breach. Meanwhile, Nihil on the Ash trying to get some early peeks onto the site, not finding anything immediately. He's going to break the barricade though, and I think Ashland University is going to be playing a little bit safe here. And Okini's on the Dokkaebi. I've seen him play it before. He's going to give him a phone call that'll distract him a little bit. Also makes a little bit of a sound cue for Marietta to play around. As Pelican going around on this peak, he's not going to see anything immediately. Meanwhile, Nihil actually going to maybe find something here. Smoke comes out from Bayer. And the round's going to come out a little bit. I say that, but Pelican gets sprayed a little bit through the smoke. More spray comes out, trying to keep this defender on his guard. And like the play is going to be coming out here for Marietta. Nihil taking a lot of damage on the window. Meanwhile, Bayer trying to get a peek on these two defenders on the site. They're trying to play around Birdo, who's actually, never mind, he's going down the other side. Maybe playing for a flank angle there. Pelican and Bayer are still defending this peak here. And they do see the Malusi utility behind them. Dokkaebi call comes out, they know where one of these defenders is, but they can't really peek it because he's got a teammate helping him. Other side of the peak. Pelican gonna walk up a little bit. And there's gonna be some shots fired, but not much happening too far yet. OP Knees though gets a kill. That might be what Marietta needs to go ahead and get on the site. Speaking of which, Birdo gets one. Talking about that flank from before, it comes in handy. Now Marietta up 5 versus 3. See what they're able to do. Opinies runs in. He gets taken down though. Bayer and Pelican also low. Nihil falls as well. It's a 3 versus 3. All of a sudden Marieta's engaged doesn't work out for them. Bayer gets taken down. And now Pelican as well. Birdo. It's all down to him. He drops down. He gets 1. 2 versus 2. His teammate's down though. It's all up to him. Can he make the magic happen? Now able to find the last kill. He's only got 8 seconds to find these two. Otherwise he's going to lose. He doesn't have the diffuser. He's going to take the peek. Really got a kill. He gets 1, but he will lose the round there. It became very, very close. He might have had a chance, but the last defender was just sitting back knowing that Bird didn't really have the time there. So a bit of a rough start to the game, but Marietta can definitely still win this. It was a pretty close round. Potentially Marietta not really executing too well on their push. It looked like they had a lot of time to set it up. They tried to play around Bird, who was flanking around the bomb side, and Nihil as well, but those players got taken down on the push, and I think it really just shut down what Marietta was looking for on that attack. But we're going to be going to a different bomb site now, and we'll see if I can find it. There it is, once again on the upper floor, but it's, I think it was actually... I don't even remember where the other bomb site was. It was over here. So now we're on the other bomb site on the second floor. And Marietta decides to play around this. The upper floor is very popular for the defenders. It's usually one of the first sites that's chosen. I think it's got a pretty good like advantage for the defensive side. So it's probably why a lot of people choose it. And we're going to see Marietta change up their picks a little bit, and by a little bit I mean only Bayer's changed. He's going to be playing Buck here, who has a shotgun attached to his main weapon, then he can swap to. So he's basically got 2 guns in 1. Marietta once again starting off a little bit slow, gotta get some information, gotta get things set up before they decide to go in. And the round will probably take a little bit of a pause as they try to get some information. Speaking of which, the drone coming in here, finding the mute trap, or the mute jammer, hiding in the corner here. Opini is getting some information. Birdo getting flashed. I'm not sure how. Pelican not able to get the hard breach off once again. Thatcher throws the grenade out. Will go find it this time, places it. Will the bandit get the trick, or will it go off? He does find the hard breach, but Nihil did die on the other side. Pelican taking the peek now. Not gonna find anything immediately. Tries to pre-fire, doesn't find anything. Marietta's gonna take the chance to get some other things set up on the other side of the map. Bayer finding his way into the building. And Pelican and Birdo playing together. Meanwhile, Opini's over here on this castle barricade. And Bayer pushing onto site. They're going to start pushing into this entry here. They played around it last time. It didn't work out well for them, but they have a different strategy now. Birdo running in from the flank. Might be able to find one here. Opinies goes down, though. And he is going to be finished. Birdo as well. Right as I swap off of him, I'm able to find the play on the flank. So now I see Pelican and Bayer now. Will they be able to find anything, or will they go down? A lot of damage taken from the enemy there, but no kill found. And Pelican's going to be breaking down this wall. Bayer on the peak. They have to hope that Ashland makes a mistake, otherwise it's going to be quite difficult to win this round. Trying to find a nice peek on the defender here around the corner, not able to find it. And now it's all down to Pelican. He's alone. 1 versus 5. What can he do? He's getting sprayed, and he will get killed from the other window. Not able to find anything there. The key player, I think, on that push was Bird. He was on the flank, maybe able to do something there, but he got caught out and ended up not working out too well for Marietta. As well as Nihil dying early was not great. The hard breach didn't really help them all that much either. They did get on site with it, but because the flank died kind of early in the play, it made it hard for them to have much pressure on other parts of the map, and Ashland was able to fully address around that hard breaching area. So Marietta now down 2-0. They are on attack, so they are kind of meant to go down. Looks like they might change their picks up a little bit, as they're going to be heading down to the basement this time. And we'll see what Marietta has to say, see if they can make a little bit of a turnaround on the attacking side. We're going to have a Vigil come out from Ashland, so a little bit of a roaming pick there. we're gonna have Splash AU on. Actually, can't remember who that is. It might be one of the newer champions. It could be Pulse. I actually don't remember. It looks like it is Pulse. So Pulse has an iPad looking thing that you can pull out. Ooh, and actually Nilo gets taken down off a spawn peak early there. Gonna put Marietta at an early disadvantage. A little bit hard to play against that, but you can barely see them through the window. But like I was saying, wow, and I think Blair's actually getting shot here as well. Berto gonna use his utility to try and clear it out. And Marieta's having a little bit of trouble even getting near the building with how aggressive Ashland's playing. But they are gonna find some hard breaches, making a path towards site. Berto using his utility as well. And OP's gonna run over to the other side of the map with Bayer. Look for a play over here. No, not too much happening. Marietta knows they have to be careful after they saw so many people roaming on the bottom floor. OP's pushing up now. Pelican as well. They're gonna look for the hard breach charge on the hatch. Maybe play around that. OP's watching the flank. And it's looking like they're gonna try to run in here. Maybe get a pick or something off of it. Alright, now maybe the round will slow down just a little bit and I can finally talk about what Pulse does. He has a little iPad that he can... Wait, Berto might have a peek here, barely not able to find the timing. And that will unfortunately be Marietta missing an opportunity on the kill. OP's getting shot as well from the roamer. Down to 1 HP, tries to find the wall bang. Looking for a peek on the wall, will be able to find anything. I don't think so. He's going to back up, rest of the team playing around him. But Bayer on the other side of the map, he's doing some work. 4 versus 4, bringing it tied up now. But Pelican goes down, and OP's might fall as well. He's low HP here. He's going to be a bit of a safe peek though. Berto's still from above, trying to find something, playing off the path made by the Ram. And that will be Berto falling. But on to Bayer and OP's now. What can they do? Bayer on this peak is going to look for play himself. He finds one. Nice headshot there. We'll be able to find another 2 versus 3. He's already got 2 kills this round. He's pushing up. He's going to get killed from below. And now OP's peeking around the side. Will he find him? Not able to get the kill. Just barely. Click from the defender comes out. A bit of an unfortunate timing for him as OP's was just barely coming up there. But a little bit close towards the end. But Marietta wasn't really able to get too much going on near the site. And unfortunately Berto dying from below. We saw him playing on that vision from above that he had set up, but I think he actually ended up dying from it because Ashland knew he was there earlier. And I actually never got to talk about what Pulse did, but I'm not sure if it mattered too much. I could be wrong. So Pulse has like a little iPad that he can use, and it's got a camera on it that's infrared, and he can use it like on a wall. He can kind of like see through the wall, and it will ping someone's heartbeat if they're like running around near where the camera is. You can kind of like quote unquote see through walls, but he has to have his gadget out and stuff, so it's a little bit inconvenient to use. But I'm not even sure it's gonna matter. I'm not even sure we're gonna see that operator played again. We're gonna have the mute come out. Once again, the Malusi, the Blitz, the Jaeger, and the Castle as well coming out. So we'll see they decide to play around that. It's a pretty similar comp, if not actually the same as they played before, except this time I believe they are going to be, no, this time they are on this upper floor site once again, so rotating back there. And Maria's going to be looking for a similar comp. This time they got Nihil on Nomad, so it's playing into Ashland, possibly roaming here. He has a trap they can place down that will blast somebody back with a bunch of air, and they'll be basically super vulnerable for like 2 seconds. We'll see if that comes into play. Meanwhile, we got Berto on the Thatcher. Once again, Bayer on the Ash. We saw him earlier before. Nihil getting pinged by a motion sensor here. I'm not even sure where it is. It's like he doesn't know either. I don't blame him. And yeah, also gonna see the Castle utility. OP's bringing some shots to the wall here. Did note a defender. Marietta playing carefully around that. Taking the peek once again. Not going to find anything too soon, I don't think. Unless the defender decides to peek this. Certainly possible that they do. Nihil going to go for information. Meanwhile, on the upper side of the map, everyone's on their drones, and they're playing on the roof right now, trying to figure out what type of play they want to go for, where they want to attack from. Speaking of which, OPD's taking some damage, just roaming up, but Bayer gets taken down. Now all of a sudden, Mary's at a disadvantage once again, 4 versus 5, losing the early man. Not gonna help them win this. And Marietta still looking for the game plan here. I think they might have cooked something up. Nihil trying to create some pressure on this window. Rest of the team going in from the other side. Shots fired, really go down. He does. Pelican finds one. Help of his teammate. Now they're going to look to play off of this. All 4 members together, but Pelican gets taken down. He's going to look for the revive here as Nihil covers him. Takes a lot of damage himself. Marietta down. They're not on site yet. Damage down on 1 player. Opinies takes the peek. Not able to find anything. Revive comes out. Pelican's up, but Opinies falls in his place. 3 versus 4 now. Marietta, it's not impossible, but they've got a lot of work to do. A minute down on the clock, and Pelican will fall. Birdo holding the other side of the peak, not going to be able to do much. He finds somebody, but he's not able to get the kill off. Now it's looking too great for them. Benile on the other peak, not able to find anything. 1 versus 4 now. It's going to be tough to win, and indeed it is. Marietta following another attacking round, going down 0-4. They're going to have to make some significant changes to their playstyle if they're going to want to win this. Right now, I think it's really just Marietta being... it looks like they play really cautiously around the roamer, and then one of them still dies. So it's a little bit unfortunate. I'm guessing probably one of the better players from Ashland is playing on the roam. I could be totally wrong, but usually I think that is how it goes, because if you're on the roam, you can do a lot. You can run like all over the place, especially if you have good aim. You can get a lot of kills. So potentially Ashland playing off that, and we do see the person who was playing Vigil before now on Jaeger, currently 9-1. So I might be right about that, but Marietta right now their attack is looking pretty flat. They're not really able to find a good angle to attack on site. Most of the time they end up all attacking from one side, which is a little bit uncharacteristic from them. I think they noticed that their split plays weren't working too well for them, and they're trying to switch it up from that, but either way it's not looking too great for them in this match so far, but certainly not over yet. We're gonna have Opinies on the Grim this time, I think, who's got a swarm of drones that he can throw. That's actually Opinies. I don't know if I said Nihil, but I meant to say Opinies. And he's going to be walking up here. He made sure not to... Okay, I was totally wrong. That is not Grim. I have no idea what that is, but it looks like you can place a bit of a translucent shield on a window, so basically gives them free information to play around. Opinies firing some shots. Not going to find anything though. And the rest of the team running around, trying to reposition, get some information. Opinies still on this peak. Gonna find anything immediately. Pelican with the hard breach charge. Looks like it's gonna work for him. I don't think it's gonna be defended at all, actually. He's gonna run in here. He's gonna use that pipe to try and disable some vision, and they're actually gonna note Pelican taking a lot of damage. Shots fired from Bayer, helping him out a little bit. He gets taken down though. Pelican, once again, Nihil taking a lot of damage. Birdo falls. All of a sudden, kills are going all off over the place. 3 versus 2. Pelican finds another one. He's running out. He's running all over the place. Will somebody kill him? Yes, they do. And then now it's down to Nihil and Opinies. 2 versus 2. Opinies placing his shield. He wants to play around it. Play around the pick if he can get one. Nihil on the other side. They're going to have to try and go for something here. He does find one. 2 versus 1 now for Marietta. They have the advantage, but they do not have the diffuser. If they had it, would make it a little bit easier for them. They're going to use the drone to get information, as Opinies is going to be creeping up with the drone. Drone going in for information. P comes out. Opinies falls, but he's definitely not dead yet. Nihil potentially trying to get the revive. Looks like he will. They're going to have to be careful on the roam for another player here. Opinies swings. Not able to get the kill off his teammate's death. Now they're aware of where this other player might be. Shots fired. Opinies is going to have to walk up there. He's got 50 seconds to figure out what he wants to do. Swing comes out. Really get the final kill. He's gonna walk up. He's gonna try and pre-fire it. Not finding anything though. He knows the player's in the corner, but he doesn't fire in time. Oh, it was such a close round for Marietta. They almost had it. OP's trying to pre-fire everything. He was low enough that he could die pretty much instantly, so he had to take a risk there. Not able to get the kill, just barely. And the rotation from the defender there was pretty aggressive play, but ended up working out for him. He'll not able to find the flick either. And that will be Marietta going down 0-5 now. And they're going to want to take at least this round, hopefully another one as well. Or actually, hopefully they take this round, because if they lose this round, then they cannot lose on defense. So be a pretty precarious situation for him, but hopefully they can make something happen. Going down to the basement once again, they're going to be pulling out the pulse. Good thing I talked about what he did already. We're also going to have the Aruni, I believe, who can place little laser walls on doorways that will destroy anything that's thrown into them. That includes drones and stuff like that. We're going to have the Jaeger, the Mute, and the...
Attacker's objective is to
I
locate
can't remember his name. I keep thinking it's Ketchikan, but that's a town in Alaska, so I don't think that's right. Wow. Oh, it's Capcan, that's what it is. So he can place explodable, it's basically like mines on doorways and windows. And if you walk into them, they do a sizable amount of damage, so you really don't want to get caught off guard by that. And you can place a lot of them over the course of a round, so definitely something to watch out for. And the Jaeger can place a turret that will shoot any deployable, or not deployable, throwable utility. The things like flash grenades and smoke grenades. Alright, that's enough talking about the setup. Let's see how Marietta decides to play this. They're going to have the Ram, once again, trying to look for a little bit of vertical play. Didn't work out for them last time, just barely, but they might be able to find something off it this time. Going to be walking up Pelican, taking some damage, but just from his hard breach charge, shooting the pipe. A little bit of fire around, and Nile actually finds one early. OP's using his utility there. Pixel peek from Nihil, he's not going to be able to find anything immediately. Rest of the team, what are they up to? Running down the staircase, shots fired, Pelican knows one's there, he's going to take the peek anyway. Doesn't find anything immediately, he's going to hold it, wait for the defender. Timing not good for him though, he's going to back up. Maybe go back to the peek, indeed he does. He sees one, not able to find the shot on time. Another round of shots fired. A little bit of damage, but doesn't kill him. Burrow gets taken down. Marietta now, their advantage is gone. See how they decide to play it. Pelican noting the player that just killed his teammate. You have to be a little bit careful now. There's the players on the staircase. He has a crazy peek. That will be Pelican falling. Unfortunately, he also had the diffuser. OP needs on the swing. We'll be able to find one, working with Bayer to kill him. Bayer, will he get another? No, he won't. 2 versus 2 though. Nile gets the trade. OP needs on the other side. Will be able to find anything. Not quite yet. He's going to use the drone to disable the wall. As he's going to walk through. They don't know where the last 2 defenders are. I'd be scared if I were them, and it looks like they are. Nile's going to have to wrap around now, though, because they are still going to have to get the diffuser. Otherwise, they're just going to lose on time. I think that's what Nile's up to. He knows the last 2 defenders are most likely up because they did not see them on the lower floor. He's taking the swing slowly. Not going to see anything too soon. OP's on the other side trying to play a pinch maneuver with them. And they're not going to find anything as they're going to work their way over to the diffuser here. Nile taking the peek first. Not going to see anything. And this is a very dangerous situation. The diffuser's basically out in the open. Swing comes out. Nile finds him on the timing. 2 versus 1. It's all down to 1 player from Ashland now. OP needs to take some damage. They are going to get the diffuser, but the stair peek comes out once again. OP is running down his last player alive. He's going to run through the wall, take the damage. He needs to get the diffuse off. And he's going to be planting in the open. We'll see if Exodius is able to get there in time. I don't think he will. Openes is still going to have to try and get the kill here. Or at least hold the time. He takes a swing, though. He's not able to find it. Just barely. Spray not connecting enough bullets. And that will be Ashland taking their 6th round in a row. Once again, another very close round. It really just came down to the swing. I mean, Openes tried to catch him off guard with it, but the enemy was ready, and they did find the kill, allowing the defuse, and that will be Marietta having to win all their rounds on defense here. And I mean, they've been in this situation before. It's not anything new, and they've definitely made some crazy comebacks. Of course, it's still gonna be pretty hard for them to do much of anything, but I've got faith in them. as we're going to see the Ace and Mirror band come out once again. Moving into the next bands here, I'm guessing we're going to see something similar. And yep, we are going to see the Azami, but we also are going to see the Ram band instead of, wow, my memory's not good today, guys. I'm sorry, I don't remember who the other band was before, but Ram being banned out that time, not looking to allow any vertical play. And they are going to go into the basement here, so I'm guessing they banned Ram knowing they're going to go basement as their first site, because Ram is really good at opening those vertical pressure points that they like to play off of. We're going to have Bayer on Solosis, Pelican on Goyo, Birdo on the Mute, who is seen a couple times with that jammer, Nihil on the Valkyrie, who can throw a bunch of cameras around, and Okini's on, I'm just going to call him Sentry. I think that's who it is, but Sentry doesn't have like a unique ability. They just have access to everyone's like secondary gadgets, I think. So we're going to see Nihil setting up some vision, Birdo's placing down his jammers, and the rest of the team also setting up their utility, as the put phase will be ending here soon. And it's looking like Mario's going to be playing with a lot of roamers. I mean, right now there's literally nobody on site, although I think that probably will change. I think they're just reinforcing that before. Indeed, we do see Bayer running down. Meanwhile, the rest of the team, where's everybody at? We got Okini's on the upper floor with Birdo. Gonna be trying to play for that. We got Pelican up on the long, I guess like outside peak from the basement. He's gonna run back on the site though. Open up some sight lines. Play around, and Bayer noticing the shield op walking into the clubhouse garage. And you have to play carefully here. I think they're actually probably gonna hard push him. They're going up to the upper floor now. Birdo and one of his teammates were here. I believe OPNs, but Birdo gets taken down. Where does that swap off? William Merida going down once again. OPNs on the roam, but we'll be able to find anyone. He's gonna walk up here. Doesn't see anything initially. Notes some shots fired, and that'll give him a little bit of information to play around. Meanwhile, the rest of the team, not too much happening. Shots fired near Nihil, though. He's backed into a corner. Somebody does find him, but OPNs gets taken down playing around an unexpected peak. Didn't work out for him. I think he got noted, and now it's down to 3 for Marietta. 0 versus 6. They gotta win this round to stay in the game. Gonna be playing on site for the most part. Bayer peeking up and trying to get some information on where the enemy might be. Nihil noting the shield operator almost be able to find the shot. Just barely doesn't come through. He's gonna reposition off of it. Big call comes out and give them the attackers a little bit of information. And I think they're about to make their execute here. Nihil playing on the upper floor. Pelican near him on the lower part here, and still noting the shield operator is getting a lot of valuable information for his team to play around. Bayer playing careful around the openings. Nihil's still in this upper floor. He's not been able to find anything yet. It's really just been the shield operator that Marietta have seen for the most part. Nihil will get flashed here. I'm not even sure if that's a flash. Well, that was a long flash. Drone will know his position. He's going to reposition off of it. Pelican finding some breaches near himself as well. And Bayer on the other side trying to make sure his team doesn't get punished, but Nihil dies anyway. That'll be a double kill coming out. It's down to Pelican and Bayer now. Pelican able to find the shots. Now onto Bayer. I guess the shield operators can be a little bit interesting. A lot of utility used on Pelican. He's not able to see anything. 1 versus 5 now. It's all down to Pelican. He will get taken down. And that will be Ashland taking the first game of the series. It's still a best of 3, so Pioneers still got a chance to reverse sweep, but it's going to be a little bit hard for them. And once again, I did say this team was, I believe, 4-1 now, so it's a little bit rough for them to be playing against such a oppressive team. But there's still a chance they can win this, and like I said also before, they are going to be playing with playoffs in mind. They need to win this to have a chance at making it, and also to go positive in the season. So I definitely want to see them win if it's possible. We'll find out in the next couple games here. I believe we are going to Border next, so look forward to that game when we come back. Alright everybody, welcome back to our Rainbow Six game tonight. Right now we are down 0-1, but we're gonna be going into Border as Marietta's gonna be looking for the reverse sweep to keep their playoffs hopes alive. Wow, I had that all planned and I still messed it up, but that's alright. Like I said, we're going on Border, and this time we are gonna be starting on defense, so theoretically starting with an advantage here should be good for us, as we are gonna be starting off with the bans here. We're already got orange side this time, I think. If I'm wrong, I can always change it later. We're gonna see the Mira and Ace band as usual. We're gonna have Mute and Habana this time, so that's a little bit different. And like I said, we're gonna see Marietta on defense here. Vigil and Fenrir coming out, so those are two somewhat comfort picks. I'm not sure if it's a comfort pick for Birdo, but I know that Bayer does like playing his Vigil, so it'll be exciting to see him on that. And we're going to be starting on the ground floor. Pelican on his Maestro as well, able to place down those cameras that can shoot lasers like you just saw there. Rest of the team, we got Nihil on Legion, able to place invisible mines that enemy step on. They got to pull a little thorn out of their foot. And we got Opinies on the Jaeger, who, like I said before, has a placeable turret that destroys throwable utility. And we'll see that get placed down by this window. And it's looking like a pretty standard comp for Marietta. A lot of comfort picks coming out. I'm excited to see how they decide to play it, as they do have sites set up for the most part now. Still a couple of people running around. And we actually have Nihil on the upper floor here roaming. Fire as well. Pretty typical for a Legion and a Vigil to be roaming, so many surprises there. I'm just going to start a little bit slow. I've seen Ashland play a little bit defensively before, or not defensively, patiently before. Usually try and take a lot of space on the map before they go for their play eventually. Nihil noting his Legion Mine activating, he's going to take the peek. Now we'll be able to find one. Transduction slowed down a little bit. Peek. Ashland's aware that there's eyes on them now. They're going to play it a little bit more carefully. Fire on the other side, trying to find a peek through the wall. He finds a headshot almost. I got excited for a second, not able to get the kill just barely. Lying in the corner now. Nihil after the Dokkaebi call, he notes the shield operator, and that's going to deny his chances at a kill for the most part. Shots fired, damage done though. Not all lost, but Nihil will go down. That will be one member of Marietta cleared out. And that will be Opinies down as well. He died near the site too, so that's a little bit scary for Marietta. Meanwhile, Birdo on site. Fire close by, and Pelican still using his cameras. He is clearing out a lot of area for Ashland here. Maybe trying to get a kill on the Maestro while he's on his camera as well. Dokkaebi calls keep coming. Marietta gonna have to try and defend this the best they can. Down 2 players, but Pelican will fall. And now it's just gonna be down to the last 2. Fire and Birdo. See if they're able to find a miracle play on site and save the round for their team. Birdo hunting around this here. He's gonna note the diffuser being planted. Takes a peek, not seeing anything. Fire as well. I'm guessing Birdo's gonna be the first one to see anything here. Fire on the approach. Barely misses the timing on a crossing defender. Diffuser is planted, and Bayer is gonna go down from the hatch above. Birdo now, it's his turn. Shield operator behind him. He's getting poked. Not much he can do. Right now, Ashland making use of this shield operator is really making it difficult for Marietta to find any good picks. They just have the shield operator going first. They're like, oh, there's a guy roaming here, there's a guy roaming there. Time to run in and kill them all. So Marietta might have to try and look for some kind of play against that. Maybe look for some kind of pinch. Especially with Marietta losing their roamers early. It puts a lot of pressure on the rest of the team, because the roamers don't at least stall for a long time. The defenders on site are basically just down players for not much, because they don't really know where the attackers are going to be coming from because it's so early in the round. And the attackers could also just move wherever they want also after the roamers are dead. So a little bit of a rough start for Marietta. But they can at least, you know, take a round here, I hope. We're gonna have a shield operator coming out on our side this time, a clash. So you don't usually see this operator played in comp. I'm not sure about in solo queue. I don't really play this game anymore, but you can see the shield being used there. So it's pretty similar to a Montang shield, I think, except you can electrocute people with it. So you can be pretty annoying with this operator if you know how to play it. Now Bayer on the Melusi, we can place these slowing traps around the map. You can see those go down, as well as some reinforcements. Bruto on the Jaeger, Nihil on the Explosives this time, and Opinies on the Bandit, trying to deny those hard breaches from coming through. I'm interested to see how they decide to play this clash. They're trying to fight fire with fire here, as we are going to see Ashland have their shield player on Montang, so maybe we'll see a nice little shield off. I don't think so, because it'll be a little bit weird to see, but Nihil finding a nice early pick while I'm talking. That's pretty good for Marietta, taking down the Ash early. Not able to get any value out of that for Ashland. Marietta's probably pretty happy with that. Pelican noting the entry coming through on the window here. From both sides, actually. You real shocked the Montang there. And yeah, he's just going to be watching this peek here. And the Jaeger denying the throwable utility while Birdo gets some kills. On the other side of the map. Not on the other side of the map. He's actually with his team. He gets taken down from above, though. OPNews falls as well. Pelican still on the peak. He's taking a little bit of chip damage, but he's still alive. Nihil running to go help his teammates. Now Bayer is with Pelican. They're trying to play around the shield operator as much as they can. So far it's working out for them. 2 versus 3. Bayer holding the flank now. And Pelican still holding it. They know where the diffuser is, so they're going to try and camp this area. Bayer getting hit by a concussion. Grenade, I think. Meanwhile, on the rest of the side, the map, Bayer on that peak. He knows to rotate. Get some shots off. Good play by him to keep them off for now. Pelican still guarding this one area. He's going to go out and check for the roam on the other side. And they are going to note one of the defenders there. Shots fired. There's going to be electrocution coming out as well. Pelican survives with 1 HP. Where's Nihil at? Will he be looking for Sling? No, not yet. He's holding the other side of the peak. Meanwhile, Bayer trying to keep them off the diffuser. Pelican as well on the other side. They're trying to keep them off the diffuser for as long as possible, but Bayer will fall. Flash now, the only one left on the defense, and that'll be Marietta going down 2-1. They were trying to stall the time for the diffuser. Doesn't work out now, though. Ashland is going to have the diffuser. Peek from above! It'll find one! Nihil! 1 versus 1 now. And he is going to be using his utility to try and note where it's being planted. He will find it. He's going to throw the impact grenade through the floor. He's going to shoot him in the head. And that'll be Nihil clutching up for his team with the impact grenade there. Nice play. A little bit glitched on the replay, but you can see him using his utility there, seeing the diffuser electronics planted and winning the round. Very, very clutch from Marietta. Bringing it 1-1 now. We saw them stall for so long at that round. On that entryway, we saw Birdo playing off of the Pelican shield, and really just went awesome for them. I mean, they were able to get the diffuser down, and it forced the last 2 players to make a really lengthy roam play. And even though Bayer and Pelican did end up dying, they were able to stall for a really long time. And Nihil from below, nobody expected that one coming, especially not Ashland, able to clutch it up there. So we're going to be going into the 3rd round now. So Marietta are already doing better than before. Certainly nice to see that. And they're going to be setting up the site in the basement here in the bathrooms. I'm not really sure what it's called. I guess it literally is the bathroom. So we'll see how they decide to play around it. Looking like there's going to be a lot of rooms coming out from Marietta. We pretty much expect that for now. We're now Birdo on the Aruni, who we talked about before with that laser wall. We'll see one placed here. And Legion coming out once again. Really, Marietta is playing a very similar comp to what they were playing in the first round. We also have the Cap Can come out who can place those mines on doorways and windows. Looking around here, not seeing anything immediately. OPN's noting where someone might be, sees the doorway open. And just a little bit. He's on the peak here though, just barely able to not find the kill. Let's get the damage off though. That'll be at least something gained for Marietta. And Runner just coming through with the shield. OPN's on the peak, is gonna hold him off for now. Still gonna be looking for it. Field operator shooting the feet. OPN's trying to get the kill on, not able to do too much damage. Still holding the peak now. And as you know, there's people coming from behind, but Niall's on the case. Gets the kill on the shield operator. Will be Ashland's main. Engaged down. Shots fired on the other side of the map though. Bayer almost finding one. Gets taken down himself. Equalizer for Ashland now. Mary looking to play around it. Vernon gets taken down though. A lot of stuff being noted here. OPN's running around the other side of the map. Playing with Niall now. Trying to defend this upper layer. Pelican on the lower. All by himself. Trying to get value out of his cameras. Ashland taking their time trying to clear this angle. OPN's not able to find the flick. Now it's all down to Niall in the corner. He finds one. Will he be able to find two? Swing's going to come out soon. They're getting a lot of shots fired at him. And Niall will be found with the wall bang. Now it's all down to Pelican. He's all alone on site on 1 versus 3. What can he do? He's going to reposition. Play a little bit closer. Fuse being used to clear out some area for Ashland to play around. Right now, Pelican hiding in the corner. And he's going to try and fire some shots. Almost finds one. He's going to take him down, though. Doesn't expect there to be two. I'll be Marietta losing that round. Looks pretty good at the start, but the play kind of fell apart after OPN's and Nihil were found on their own. They got completely trapped in a corner. They basically couldn't go anywhere, so it's pretty hard to make any plays other than just sit and wait after that. Especially since OPN's was kind of having to watch two angles at once. I was taking a bit of a coin flip, and unfortunately he did lose that. But Mary is definitely not out of it yet. They win this round, they'll be equalizing. And it's looking like they're going to be going for a similar comp. We're going to have the Echo come out this time though.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
So Echo's a little bit of an interesting character. It's another, I guess you could call it a drone operator, but this time it's actually on defense. He's got an aerial drone that can shoot concussive bolts from it. And it's on a recharge, so every once in a while he can shoot one of those bolts from the drone. So he really wants to keep those drones alive and shoot a ton of bolts at them, especially if you can set it up for a clutch play. Like I think it even disables people who are planting diffusers or something like that, so it can be pretty crazy. Even just getting the concussion off, it makes it very hard for attackers or anyone in general to see and shoot just about anything. But we're gonna have most of the other players playing a similar comp. This time we're gonna have Pelican on Legion, we got Birdo on the Aruni, Nihil on the Valkyrie, and OPN's on the Jaeger. So they're really just switching up who's playing what. They must be looking for something to stick here. And I guess maybe playing around the Bayer switch up. And he's going to be trying to get his drones around the map. So we can play around them later. And I'm trying to see if there's going to be anyone roaming here. OPN's is on the upper floor, so eventually he will be looking for something up here. He's gonna get rid of the radio there. And he's gonna be guarding this upper floor, so he's actually gonna get noticed. This is a little bit bad for him. He's gonna be playing in the same corner he died in before. Pelican trying to get some shots off. Not finding anything. He might have just been opening a little bit of sight there, but not gonna be looking for anything immediately, I don't think. Nihil noting where one might be. Nitro Cell goes off. Not gonna use that immediately. Place it for the entry when it eventually comes through. Nihil uses it and does find one. Nice call from him. The Nitro Cell there. Will be the shield operator still alive though? They do only kill the IQ. It is still a man advantage, but just as I say that, Pelican will be going down. And now it's down to 4 versus 4 once again. Marietta making it close. OPN is trying to be careful playing around the shield operator. 4 versus 3. OPN stuck in the corner, not able to do much. That's sent to the rest of the team on the sites, or at least close to them. They're able to do Nihil playing together with Bayer here. That's fired from above. They're trying to hold down the staircase for as long as they can, stall a little bit of time. Now on the other side of the peak is peeking all around. A little bit stuck in this corner here, but can definitely work his way out of it. He needs to get sitting down from the staircase. Not expecting him to just walk down at him. Now Bayer on the other side will be able to find one on this sneaky play. Not able to find the timing quite yet. He's going to walk up again though. Shield operator comes around at just the right moment for Ashland. He's going to have to back up now. Rooney's going to get a lot of pressure on her after Bayer gets killed. Unless he lives here, might be able to make some kind of crazy plays. He's got to run away from the shield operator, rotating around, trying to find a pre-fire. Going to switch to the shotgun here. Playing around close quarters, that might be a good call. Again, a call from Dogaby as well. Rooney now might be her turn to figure out what's going on with the shield operator. Shots fired, not able to find anything. And Bayer's hiding in the corner. He's getting hunted. He tries to pre-fire, not able to find anything. Rooney on the other side of the map gets taken down. Now it's a 4 versus 1 for Marietta. They're going to walk up here, coming down to the last seconds, but the diffuser is going to be planted. Bayer trying to use his drone to cancel the diffusion plant, but not able to find it. He will be taken down. And I don't think it was a bad idea. If the Echo drone does indeed stop the diffuser from being planted, then it's actually a good play, because Ashland has been waiting for a very long time to get the diffuser planted. They play it very methodically, slowly clearing everything. It's like they have timers, like knowing exactly when they want to do something and how they want to clear. Especially playing around the shield operator for free information. They're doing a really good job of catching out rooms and slowly picking away at Marietta as they try and defend the site and keep some space on other parts of the map. So we'll see how Marietta decides to switch things up. Now Pelican on the Warden this time, able to see through smokes. Considering they swapped to an upper floor site, I think it has something to do with that. A Bayer on the Cap Can. We're gonna have a Birdo on the Aruni, setting up those walls. Nihil on the Valkyrie, setting up some vision. And Openings on the Cade, who can electrocute reinforced walls, so trying to stop some hard breaches from going off. And we'll see if Mary is able to get a second round in this match, I guess. In this game of the match, I guess you could say. And wow, Nihil, I should have been watching him. He was on an early peak there, finds one. And that'll be Isaac going down for Ashland. And Mary is starting the round with a nice little lead to work around. So again, trying to get some information on this barricade. And everyone's just chilling for now. They're mostly just waiting for Ashland to make their move. Just I say that, Pelican almost gets taken down on a random fire from the attackers. Nothing too much happening though. Maybe Niall's able to see anything. There's actually going to be a attacker spotted. Bayer takes a swing but gets taken down. 4 versus 4. Shield operator barely survives. Now Berta nears to his dead body, looking to take some vengeance. Gonna hold the peak for now. Drone operator, I think, did spot him there, so I have to be a little bit careful. And everyone's just holding their peaks for now, playing close together. Trying to make sure everyone can get a trade off somebody else, not lose their members without losing something in return. Or I guess gaining something in return. Louis Pelican firing some shots, doesn't find anything though. Still holding down the spot by himself. Nihil with another kill. Maybe I should stay on his POV, and just that I do, he dies. 3 versus 3. Equalizer comes out for Ashland. Was the diffuser picked up as well? Now the last 3 from Marietta, Pelican, Berta, and Openings. They're gonna look for something. Nitro still doesn't connect. Openings opening some sight lines. Pelican getting taken down by the Nomad, but Openings has got his back. He's got 2. OPN's coming in clutch when he needs it. He's getting pushed, and Berto will be protecting him with the crossfire. Well played from Marietta, all sticking together. Everyone trying to trade off who they can, especially playing off that Nomad utility. OPN's knows they're gonna push up off of it and is able to get a kill and turn the round in favor for Marietta. finding their second round in the game here. 3-2 now. They're going to look to tie it up here. And there's going to be a zombie coming out who I forgot actually isn't banned. But we're going to have the Ella come out who can throw concussive mines. If you get close to them, they'll blow up. And we're going to have Nihil on the zombie like I was talking about, who can throw knives that make like a little circular wall. It gets destroyed pretty easily, but it can be nice for setting up some pixel peaks and stuff like that. And we're going to have Bayer on the Vigil, so he's going to be looking to roam here. Marietta playing one of their more aggressive defensive comps once again. Of course, Pelican. He's stuck to electrocuting walls as usual. He's going to look to try to defend from hard breaches. And it's feeling Ashland's going to go with a pretty similar comp that they've been playing. Except we're going to have Exodus on the Sentry. I don't know what it's called on attack, I'm just going to call it the Sentry. And we're going to have the Mountain come out once again, so not anything too unusual. I'm not expecting anything too crazy different than before. And Pelican's just going to be looking to deny the hard breach here. Gonna look for the bandit trick. Not sure if they have a Thatcher or not, so playing a little bit carefully. Drone will come out and spot him. Shots fired near him. And they're actually trying to open up a play. Yep, they're going to throw the grenade here to try and get rid of the bandit utility. Not able to find it that time though. Pelican dodging these frag grenades. He's trying to stop the hard breach. I'm not sure if he'll go off. We'll be able to get it in time. Indeed he does. Stops the hard breach there. Good plays. Peek from above actually. Ashland putting everything on this peak. Pelican defending it with his life. He's holding his post. And right now he's doing a good job at it. I think Ashland's basically banking everything on this hard breach going off right now. So I think they got one more chance at it. And Pelican is going to be hugging the wall here. Trying not to die. He knows he needs to live. Meanwhile, Bayer taking some damage on the roam. More shots fired. Hoping he sees one. Trying to get a kill through the wall here. Shots fired back. Not too much happening. And they're actually going to look for the hard breach on Pelican here. They're going to use a soft breach to try and get an angle on him. He's going to have to turn around and take a peek. He doesn't want to. He's going to have to back up. Base given for Ashland. They had to spend a lot of time doing that now. Now though, so Marietta potentially trying to play around that. A lot of action happening on the rest of the map. Bayer trying to get a flank going. And everyone's holding for now except for Bayer on the peak. Just barely not able to find it. I'm actually surprised that wasn't a kill. You have to reposition now though. With his location revealed, he's not able to do much. Shield operator, Pelican taking a lot of damage. He's trapped on site. And right now he's alone. Rest of his team trying to take some other angles. Nihil shots fired. Not going to get anything immediately. He's also going to be stuck in a corner. Marietta are getting pinned down here. We'll see if they're able to make a play to come out of it. OP Knees finds the first one. Who's going to be up to follow? It'll be Pelican. 3 versus 5. See what else Marietta has in store for the rest of this round. They have the man advantage. They don't want to lose it. 2 of their members are low here. And they're going to be looking to maybe play a little bit safe, or maybe go for an aggressive peek to try and catch Ashland off guard and use what they have to their advantage. Just as I say that, Pelican finds another one. Shield operator down as well. It's looking like Nihil on the last peek. My God, will he be taken down by Nihil? Yes, he will. Flawless round for Marietta. Still in it. And that will be them evening up the scoreline here. Looking a lot better on border. And it is going to be the role swap, so Marietta is going to be on attack now. They're going to be looking to get a couple wins at the very least. You're going to need to get to 7 to win the game and go into the third. Really good round for them. I mean, they've been playing together a lot more. Really, the rounds that they lose, it seems like someone dies early and then eventually Ashland is able to catch the other person who's roaming off guard or just close down an area one at a time. It really looks like they're trying to play off of getting individual areas secured and then moving on from there, trying to get some kills along the way, all playing it together. And we're going to see the Montang come out. So I guess Ashland doesn't want to see the Montang used against them. I would guess that Marietta might have something in store for that. in terms of like, I think they might have actually played it because they played Clash on one of the defensive rounds. But we're also going to see the Vigil Band and the Mira. So they're trying to deny some roam, and of course the Mira ban is obligatory at this point. But like I was saying, Marietta did a really good job of playing together in those rounds. Especially in the last ones, we saw them, especially like when they have like 3 players like all together on like the bottom, it looks like they have a really good chemistry working around each other there. So good job from them. I mean, really all around they looked pretty good. A couple unfortunate peaks coming out and losing them, but definitely looking like a lot of improvement. And we're gonna have Pelican on the 0, I believe, who can shoot cameras through walls and barricades. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, it looks like that is what he does. Gonna be looking for some information there, doesn't see anything. Buyer on the Ash here, gonna be looking to play aggressive. Birdo on the Blackbeard, so Shield Operator does come up from Marietta. We're gonna look to take advantage of it. And Nihil on the Buck here. Gonna be playing with that shotgun gun. I want to call it that. And OP's on the Dokkaebi right now, just on this crazy drone position. He's getting a lot of information. Pelican using his camera to get some information as well. Fire on the Shield Operator, noting where one is. He's got a peek. And Burrow's going to be playing carefully around it. Going to be using the drone to get some information around the area. And there is a Goyo, so Maria's going to have to look out for those traps spraying fire around, as we did see Pelican have one of those go off near him. Meanwhile, Maria's still looking to get onto the building here. Nile finds one, that's a good start. He's taking a lot of damage though, he's getting peeks, he's reloading. Will he find the peek? Yes, he does! Double kill for Nile, opening up the scoreboard for Marietta. That'll put them at an advantage. Birdo now down to 1 HP. Pelican finds another one, 2 versus 5. Marietta in the driver's seat, are they able to finish it? 2 versus 3. As another one goes down for Marietta, we'll go to a 2 versus 2. Taking a little bit too long to reposition. A lot of low HP members. It's something for Ashland to play around. On the peak, Buyer finds the timing. 1 versus 2 now. Marietta looking to get the 7th round win. And Buyer and OPNs working together to clear this 7th round win. I mean, it's the 7th round, they want to win it. Not they're going to win this if they they're not going to win the game if they win this, is what I'm saying. Anyways, they're going to be walking up here. Buyer takes the peek first, not able to find it. Now it's on to OPN. He has the diffuser though. At the very least, he knows where the last defender is. At least he knows he can't have rotated too far. He's probably going to try and look for the plant here. Indeed he is. Now we'll see how Ashland decides to play this. Usually they play pretty aggressive off the plant, and they're going to know pretty much exactly where it is as well. The peek comes out. OPN's not able to find it. He's going to have to switch to his secondary. He's not able to get it, just barely. 1 shot away. And Polygod will be winning that round for Ashland. What a roller coaster of emotions. I mean, that was so close. I mean, it looked like Marietta had it, but those 3 members on Marietta that were low were the ones that got taken down. So, I mean, Ashland had a pretty good idea on how to counteract them losing their members. And in the end there, in the 2 versus 2, Nihil not able to get the angle on the pixel peek from the defender, and OPN is just barely not able to connect that extra shot onto the defender to win the round. It will be Marietta going down now. Not a bad showing on attack though. Definitely looked pretty promising, especially with the hero play from Nihil in that round. Getting those first 2 kills really opened up a lot of space for him to play around, so maybe look towards him again. You know, Pelican play on the Thatcher, or I keep saying Thatcher, but it's Thermite. Potentially looking for the Thermite here. And I'm excited to see how Marietta can turn this. It's definitely a lot closer to the game Smart we're used to seeing from this team. If we do lose, usually it's at least a little bit close. And it's actually going to be Pelican on Habana this time, so that's another hard breacher, but she can shoot for hard breaching charges. I believe we saw it in one of the earlier games as well. She can shoot the hard breaching charges from a distance, so she doesn't have to be right up next to the wall. we're on Birdo on the Fuse this time. So Ashland was playing Fuse earlier. We can place a, I guess you would call it a charge on barricades, like any soft breachable material, so like things like floors, barricades on windows and doors, that type of thing. He can place a charge that will go through that wall or barricade and shoot a bunch of like mini frag grenades through it. He's going to be able to be clearing space and utility with that. It does destroy placeable utility. And that'll be Surge getting an early kill on Birdo. Just what I was talking about his utility. Not going to matter. Nitro Cell will find him. Now, Nihil on this floor here, noting a lot of castle walls. Shooting a lot of the vision that Ashland has. Fire on the peak, looking to find one. Pelican gets taken down! Nihil as well. Looking a little bit rough for Marietta here. Pelican is still going to be down, so Openy's trying to play around him. Not make his death in vain. Have to wait for the revive though. Marietta will be in a bit of a pickle here as Pelican will be finished off. It's down to just Bayer and Openy's now in a 5 versus 2. P comes out from Bayer, he's fleeing to find one. And able to do it with the smoke going off. And they know exactly where Bayer is, so it's going to be a little bit tough for him to get out of this. He's going to try and look for a swing to open up some space for himself, not able to find the kill. He's going to back up, make sure he's not going to get shot from behind, break the frost trap. He's going to rotate off of it, doesn't make some noise though. On the peak, he finds one. Out aiming, boy, but out aim another. Takes him down, but he's not completely down. Not completely killed, I mean, and that'll be a 2 versus 3. Marietta College getting some hope out of Bayer. Openy's almost able to get the shot there on the other defender, and now Maria's gonna have to try and play to pick up the diffuser. Bayer walking up. Knows that there is some castle utility. Openy is laying down some covering fire for his teammate as they both rotate over to pick up the diffuser. They only got 30 seconds to figure out what they want to do next though. They're still down players and they have to make a play to get on the site. Right now they're not too close. Bayer opening up some walls to play around. Openy is right by his side. They're going to be running in here. Only got 15 seconds to make something work. They're going to be running onto site now. Motion sensor catching their presence. They're running in. Bayer gets taken down from above. And Openy's as well. Wow, that's an insane peak. He dropped on front the hatch on top of the servers. I've never seen that before. It's a really nice angle to play against, especially when you know that Maria's just going to have to be running in and they don't have time to check a bunch of angles. Now will be Marietta going down 5-3 now. Still on attack. See if they're able to do something as the timeout will be called. I'm a fan of it. They can't really lose any more rounds. If they lose one, then they're within one of losing the game. So definitely support the timeout. They've been looking a lot better since their first game. And I'm sure there's a pep talk going on outside. I can catch a couple words here and there. So I mean, for the most part, it's not terrible. That last round that we saw, Bayer almost clutched it. Ideally, you don't have to get in those situations though. It's really just when Marietta gets down early is when it looks really bad for them. If they can hang on, it looks pretty good. I'm talking like even if they go like even at the start, it looks pretty good for them. Especially when Niall's able to get those early kills, they're really able to snowball off of it. But I think here and there, they just get caught off guard by peaks, and they have to push the defender peaks. I mean, they're attacking, so especially when a defender has a really good peak on an angle, I think they have a little bit hard time playing around other parts of the map or pushing that defender off of peak. But they have been working together a lot better, so we'll see what they look to improve as they're going to be going in to their 9th rounds. And just getting some information for now, so we might as well watch the defender set up. I'm going to have a Mute, an Aruni, Castle, Jaeger, and Capcan once again. So this is a pretty similar pool of operators I've been seeing before, playing this bottom side of the map. Now, Marietta, we would like to see them win this round. If they don't, it's going to be pretty hard for them to win the next one, I would imagine. And what's going to be interesting is to see how Marietta decides to play against the Roamers. And Nihil is going to go down immediately from Pelican. I have no idea what just happened. Genuinely no idea what just happened. I'm guessing Nihil accidentally shot him. I mean, we did see the team kill come out, but I don't know what caused it. Flash grenade comes out. They're looking for a fast peek. Pelican finds one. 4 versus 4. He's trapped in the corner. He's going to get taken down. Rest of the team trying to follow, not able to go through. We only got one on site. Birdo falls as well. Marietta looking for the fast play. Fire goes off the peak at just the wrong moment. We might find another one. Indeed, he does. 3 versus 2. Marietta looking to make it close with this fast play. Fire going to run off the peak now. It's OPN's turn to take it. They're going to find anything immediately. They're going to look to reposition off of it. What a chaotic start to that round. Marietta looks like they had their play in mind. They certainly wanted to go for it. Diffuser will be down, but I think that Marietta's just going to be playing for kills now. Running around the rest of the map. They're going to be playing for the bomb site here. Sees the head. Byron not able to react just in time. A little bit of sound made from OPNs going to an opposite angle. Shots fired. Much found yet though. This one on a little bit. Marietta's looking to take advantage of the fact that Ashland's been a little bit chaotic when they go down members. Especially in the latter half of the round, but shots will be fired and we'll take down Bayer. Down to OPNs now. See what he's able to do. He knows what's behind him. He will find him. What a play from OPNs now. He's pulling out the sledgehammer. He's see if we can find another one. Almost gets some. 2 versus 1 is definitely not winnable for him. Almost gets the pre-fire. Playing around it. Lots of shots fired. Lots of them connecting. We'll find one. 1 versus 1 now. Double kill for OPNs. Looking to make it a triple and win the round for his team. He's got a minute to figure it out. Boys start panicking. He thinks that one's around the corner, but one's actually there. Of course, he doesn't know that. We'll see if he's able to do the impossible and clutches up for his team, and he dies to the cap cam. There is no words for this round. I mean, that was the cap cam trap that I've been talking about this whole time that we have not seen any plays come off of. Because OPN's crouched down to the lower level, it did one-shot him there. If you're standing up, it wouldn't have killed him. Unfortunately, OPN's falling to the Capcan trap while he's trying to clear the barbed wire, and that'll be Marietta down 6-3 with a bit of a goofy round. I mean, we got a team kill at the start, OPN swinging a sledgehammer all around, connecting with the Capcan trap, and dying after almost clutching it. I don't know how much more my heart can take. This has been that was probably the craziest round we've seen from Marietta this entire time. I mean, there's been some crazy, like we had a 2v5, I think either last week or the week before that, so, I mean, this team's always full of surprises. Hopefully they got some more in the bag, as they are going to have to win a couple in a row to come back and win this thing. You're going to have to win 3 specifically. If they get to 3... If they get the 3 wins in a row here, they bring it to 6-6 and it'll at least be overtime. If they don't, it'll be Marietta packing their bags from playoffs and for the rest of the season with a loss. So we want to see him win this. And it's looking like we're going to have similar comp come out from Ashland. No surprises here. Mute, Malusi, Jaeger, Castle, and Goyo. So we've seen him play this before. The Goyo especially has a lot of potential to stall out Marietta and potentially counter the shield pick that Marietta will be going for here. Seen them play it a couple times now, and Ashland certainly made it known that they like using that strategy as well. So the Blackbeard will be going in on Birdo. Nihil on the Buck here. I think we saw him play that earlier. OPN's on the Thatcher. So instead of Birdo being on Thatcher, usually he's the one on Thatcher. This time we're going to actually see OPN's on it. So he's going to be looking to disable enemy electronics, especially for Pelican. He's the hard breacher here. As the shots are fired from below, Pelican finds it through the wall. 4 versus 5. Nice shots from him. Really good play, actually. He noted where the pre-fire or the spray was coming from, and he was able to get the kill off of it. Birdo on the shield operator pushing in. Rest of the team also nearby. OPN's finding his way in as well. They're looking to play around the shield operator. He's going to be slowly walking up. And they will note the Jaeger utility as well. You're walking up, trying to get some information. Flash grenade goes off. They're trying to play off of it. Pelican behind the shield operator, able to do much. A lot of shots fired, and a lot of people from Marietta go down. Now to just Birdo and OPN's early advantage turns a disaster. It's all onto Birdo now, the shield operator. What can he do? Not much. And they'll be taken down, and that will be Marietta unfortunately losing the game and the series, but they had some kick in them towards the end. I don't think it was a terrible showing, especially against such tough opponents. And I think there were definitely a couple rounds where, you know, maybe a couple things go differently and they can make something happen. But unfortunately, they just weren't able to make it all connect in that final game. Really, I mean, that's the one I was mostly looking at. There were some close rounds in the first game, but Marietta did still lose 0-7, so it wasn't like super close or anything. I think in that last border game, Marietta, I think they bounced back pretty well, but it just wasn't enough in the end. And especially Ashland, I think they worked really well at taking space on the map, like as a unit. They would be like, all right guys, we're clearing this area, and then Marietta couldn't really do much. We had roamers like trapped in sections of the map. Usually you want the roamers, they're like all roaming around, you know, that's why they're called roamers. But I think Marietta can definitely look to improve in the spring, assuming we have a team at, we should, I think. I don't think anyone's graduating, I hope not. I'm excited to see what they can do in the future though, but that will be the end of Rainbow Six's season, and I do not believe they'll be going to playoffs. Pretty much, I think it's guaranteed now, facing some tough competition in the last couple games of the week. And just barely not making it. They had a lot of close series this season. I'm sure they're sad that they didn't make it, but there were definitely some highlights they can look back on in the season and be proud of. I think there were some pretty good plays from just about everyone on the team, even OPN's, who was filling in from the Overwatch team. So I'm certainly not too disappointed in them. I would have liked to see them win, but I still think they did pretty well overall in this season. But make sure you guys tune in tomorrow for the League of Legends match. That one's also got playoffs in mind. We'll see. There's a chance the League of Legends teams make it if they win tomorrow. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And we also have the Overwatch game happening on Friday. Both of those games, potentially last game of the season for both teams, depending on if they go to playoffs or not. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And all other things Marietta on our social media, on Instagram, Facebook, here on Twitch. We even have a YouTube channel you can go watch VODs on. So make sure you stay up to date with all that. And we'll be seeing you tomorrow.